As you've been watching the YouTube channel for a few weeks now, I don't think I need to tell you that a lot of stable coins are talked about in almost every crypto conversation. Let's be honest, this makes almost everything we talk about possible. For example, if trillions of dollars flood onto the chain, there is no way to get there without stablecoins. If we're talking about how many people use crypto, guess what? There is no way to get there without stablecoins. Stablecoins will speed up and make possible everything we talk about when we talk about XRP or any other utility-based project. Today, big moves are still happening, like the CEO of Bank of America says the bank is making its own crypto stablecoin. This has been talked about again and again for a long time. In January, the CEO of Bank of America said, we're ready to go all in on crypto payments if regulators let us. So that was the first big sign that this was going to happen. Then I think it was in March that the CEO of Bank of America said they were thinking about releasing a stable coin as soon as possible, as long as the government gave their okay. This is still a topic of conversation. What's crazy is that stable coins today, I just recently talked about this in a video, are getting close to $3 trillion, 0 cents in monthly transfers. When are we going to say that this is the new money, the digital money change we've been talking about for years has finally come true? A lot of people were scared of CBDCs, but now we have safe coins like the CBDC that you can use. There are digital currencies called stable coins that can be programmed and stored on a chain. They've grown so much in the last year that it's hard to ignore them now. I think that was the first big sign that stable coins were the way of the future back in 2022 when we went over 11 trillion 0 cents in annual transfer volume. At the time, Visa and MasterCard were also on the rise, but today we blew them both out of the water and stable coins are everywhere. People are also racing to make safe. Everyone is interested in coins right now and they want to make a stable coin. This is on top of seeing bigger people start more and more stable coins. For example, Sachin just put out a US dollar stable coin that works on both Ethereum and Solana. Also, if you know this name, it's probably because this is the same company this year on the bank is putting its Wires V stablecoin on the XRP system. There wasn't any big news about this, but I'm still keeping an eye on it because SG Forge is still working with Ripple custody. This stablecoin is a Euro stablecoin. It's clear that Euro stablecoins are popular on the XRP ledger. There is already a Euro stablecoin that is going to start. As I already said, any safe coin in Europe is a big deal because of the MiCA compliance things they have to do. But there's a bigger story. The start of the US dollar stablecoin on Ethereum and Solana. This is a big deal because more and more stable USD coins are being made. Stable USD coins are the big thing right now because we know the US is putting all of its money into digital assets and safe coins backed by the US dollar. Also, let's talk about the Clarity Act. I don't think I need to go over this again. I saw it in a movie yesterday. This is the Clarity Act. It's going to the first floor. Okay, now we're mostly interested in the Genius bill. This bill is very, very important. Do not get it wrong. The Brain bill is the next important bill we need to pay attention to. It will make the market for safe coins much bigger right now. We were told by Brad Garlinghouse at XRP Las Vegas that this movie is about to go through a big change. I'd like to thank Digital Asset Investor Lot for letting us know about this. There is a long chain of events that needs to be looked at in a way that is openly hostile and counterproductive to how we work together with this industry. I think most people don't understand how important that will be in 2025, 2026, and beyond. One thing I think Ripple tries to do in the Hidden Road deal is, since we're at the infrastructure level, we try to guess where the world is going and make bets that will pay off over years that are hard to see. Building bridges between traditional finance and decentralized finance is what road acquisition is all about. I've always talked about this, and this group has been especially patient as we've fought some frustrating fights. I don't think it will be okay because the DeFi world will grow and take its place. That gap needs to be closed. Ripple's payments business has been working with us to close that gap for almost 10 years. And Hidden Road shows me that we need the right infrastructure if we want the biggest market makers and hedge funds in the world to join this. Hidden Road is one of the non-bank prime dealers that is growing the fastest. Many prime brokers work for big business banks, and those guys have been against crypto because of how regulations work. That's a little different now, but Hidden Road sees it as a way to flex their muscles in front of their hundreds of clients who are some of the biggest names in finance in the world. Last year, Hidden Road made $3 trillion, 0 cents, and they're only going to get bigger with Ripple's cash sheet. This is good for XRP and great for RLUSD. There is a lot that Ripple is willing to do to make XRP the most accepted, widely used, and easy to get digital asset in the world. I will keep telling people this. We will always keep our word. Now listen up. The US market is going through some of the biggest changes right now, and I think it's very clear how things have changed in the last year. You might think it's crazy to see, but that's why I said that crypto, things can change very quickly. It's not just about how prices move. For example, we don't just talk about price movement when we say things like, oh yeah, we could see the prices of these assets go through the roof in just 3 months or even in just 1 or 2 days. Not only do prices change so quickly, but tech world events also happen all the time. I've always said this because tech doesn't sleep. What's going on in the world besides the US? You can do things with this technology that you couldn't do before. If it's that useful and changes the way things are done, the US will almost always agree to it, even if they don't want to. We'll take it seriously as soon as we see another country ahead in these tech races. In fact, the US is making all of these big moves right now because we know that now is the time to act because the problem is getting too big to ignore. Let's talk about the sea change send. Jonathan is here. He said this all the way back on the 11th send. Jonathan says it's time to get more people to use cryptocurrencies because they're here to stay. Check it out, but they got it right away. The speed and safety of blockchain are combined with the dependability and usefulness of a dollar bill to make stablecoins. There are now about $250 billion in circulation. Reports say that traditional banks are thinking about getting into the stablecoin game, and Uber and Airbnb are looking into ways to add them to their businesses. This president makes it clear that cryptocurrencies will be around for a while, so it's time to make them popular. Passing the Genius Act is a